Hello dear students, welcome to the machine learning video online tutorial. So in the last video we have discussed about the design phases. We have gone through all the design phases. Also we have seen the issues of machine learning and what are the concepts of machine learning. So in the next chapter we are going to discuss about the concept learning and the general to specific ordering. Okay. So a concept learning is nothing but it is acquiring knowledge from the category of input and output. Okay. So for example, I'll show you one image over here. So as you can see here, so it is nothing but the whole things are called as concepts. Okay. So this is the whole thing, and each of this are called as concepts. Okay. So here, car is a subset of this whole thing. So car is called as a concept. Similarly, this is animal. Animal is one of the concept. Bird inside that is a subset. Okay, again, so it is also called as concept. Okay, so we can also draw one more circle here in the animals, and we can call it as human being, and we can also call human being as a one concept. So concept is nothing but it's a subset of objects or event defined over a larger set. So this is a larger set. So inside that larger set, we will define a subset. Okay, subset, or we can also call it as an event, subset of object or event. So any such events or objects, we are calling it as a concept. So here for example, so this is whole set or larger set which is called as thing. Car is a subset of this thing, so it is also a concept. Then inside this animal inside that another one is there, bird, or we can draw human beings as a concept. Okay. So alternatively, a concept is a Boolean valued function defined over a larger set. So the value of this concept is either true or false. So it is a Boolean valued function. So for example, is it belongs to animal? If it is yes or true, or if does not belongs to animal, then it is false. So like this. So every output of this concept is either true or false. Hence it is called as Boolean valued function. So let us go through the introduction of that. So in much of the learning which we have discussed till now, so what we are doing is we are taking a general concept from a specific concept. For example, so if you can see here, we are taking the concept called as bird, car. Okay, so we are not particularly taking which bird we are talking about or which car we are talking about. So a concept is nothing but it's a general. Okay, so general concept. So from that general, we have to move towards a specific concept. For example, if you want to study one particular bird, say for example, if you want to study about the kingfisher, okay, so then, so first we should know what are the general concepts which are present in the birds. Okay, so because kingfisher is a bird, first we have to know about what is the concepts of that bird, what are the attributes and everything. Then we can move towards that specific bird's attributes. Okay, so the concept learning always happens like this. From general, we will move to specific. Okay, so next point, such each such concept can be viewed as describing some subset of objects or event defined over a larger set. So as I have already discussed, so each of the concepts are nothing but it's a subset of the larger set. So for a bird, this is a subset, and the larger set of bird is animal. And for animal, again the larger sets become thing. Okay, so thing is a larger set. Then of the subset of that things is animals, and inside animals there is one more subset called as birds. So alternatively, each concept can be thought of a Boolean valued function defined over a larger set. Just now I said, so it will give you only two values, that is either true or false. So hence it is called as a Boolean valued function. So in this chapter, we are going to learn some of the algorithms of concept learning, and we will see how we can convert a general function into, or general training example into specific training example. Okay. So let us see the concept learning task by taking one example here. So here he has taken a target concept, that is days on which my friend Aldo enjoys his favorite water sport. So he has taken one example to study this concept learning. So that example is, so we have one friend called as Aldo, and we have to predict on which day he enjoys the water sports. Okay, so maybe he is enjoying swimming, or he can enjoy any water games. Okay, so we have to predict on which kind of day or on which day uh, he enjoys this kind of water sports. Okay, so what we will do here is we will take the set of attributes for this enjoy sports game. Okay, on which day he can enjoy. So the attributes that we are taking here or we are concentrating here is total 6 attributes, that is sky, air temperature on that day, humidity on that day, wind, water and forecast. So based on all these attributes, or 6, you can call it as 6 attributes or 6 constraints. Okay, so based on this value we can predict whether my friend Aldo can enjoy the water sports on that day or not. Okay, so wherever you are given with any of the target concepts, first you have to set the attribute of that concept. You have to search for the attribute. So after that attribute, we will get each of the input. For example, on the first day, consider it is Monday. On that day, sky, what is the air temperature, what's the color of sky, whether it is cloudy or whether it is normal, like this. Air temperature, humidity, is there any humidity, wind happens over there, water and forecast. All these things you have to give it as input, and based on that day it will give you the output, whether he can play or whether he can enjoy the sports or not. So we will look at this with one example which is there in the next slide. Okay, so as you can see here, we have some notations over here. So this question mark is nothing but that any value can be acceptable for that particular attribute. So whenever question mark is there, question mark means any value you can accept. Then a single required value, for example warm value, if you have any single value, write that value as the attribute. And then another notation, pi notation means it is no other values are acceptable, or no values are acceptable for that particular attribute. Okay, so these are 3 notations that we have to remember in the concept learning. So as you can see here, so this is one example that I have taken here. So question marks means this is for, look at this, these are 6 attributes. First attribute, second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay, so total we have 6 attributes: sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water and forecast. For that we have question mark. Question mark means any value can be acceptable. So here particular value is written. So for this is for air temperature. Air temperature is cold. Okay, so specifically we are taking cold only. Then high means for humidity, specifically we are taking the value as high. Okay, question mark means we can take any value. Here also we can take any value, and this also we can take any value. Okay, so these are the notations that we are following in the attribute values. Okay, so here the first question mark is for sky. So sky can take 2 values, either sunny or rainy. Then air temperature is, we have 2 values, one is warm, one is cold, but here for the input I have taken it as only cold. And for humidity we have 3 values, normal, high and low, but here we have taken only high as the input. So wind, question mark means we can have 2 values, either strong or weak. So but here we have taken only here we have taken question mark means we can take any values, either strong or either weak. Then here question mark means again we can take any value for water, and for question mark we can take any value of the forecast. So these are the meaning of the notation. And please remember that the most general hypothesis is all attributes are question mark. This is called as most general hypothesis. Why it is called as general hypothesis? Because we can replace this question mark by any of the values. Okay, so if the attribute has 2 values, or if the attribute has 3 values, you can replace this question mark by any of the values, hence it is called as general hypothesis. Okay, so this is called as most general hypothesis. So 6 attributes are there, I have put 6 question marks. Okay, so this is most general. Most specific is one more there. So most specific is nothing but all pi, that means we are not accepting any values now. So for that attribute, this is called as most specific attribute, all pi's. Okay, most specific attribute, all question mark, most general attribute. Okay, now look at this table. Okay, so this table here we have taken 4 days. So examples are nothing but number of days: 1 day, 2 day, third day, and fourth day. So for if you see the first day the sky is sunny, air temperature is warm, humidity is normal, wind is strong, water is warm, and forecast is same. Then our friend Aldo can enjoy the water sports. Yes means, so as you know, this concept learning can give you the boolean values, okay, either yes or no, or true or false. So you can write either true or false also, okay. So here I have taken yes or no. Yes means true, no means false. So on this day, when the sky is sunny, when the air temperature is warm, when the humidity is normal, when the wind is strong, water is warm, and forecast is same, yes means he can enjoy the sport. Now come to second input. So here sky is again sunny, air temperature is warm, humidity is high, wind is strong, water is warm, and this forecast is same. Again he can enjoy the sports. Okay, yes means he can enjoy. So when he cannot enjoy when raining, sky is raining, air temperature is cold, so humidity is high, wind is strong, water is warm, and forecast is changed from previous day. So then he cannot enjoy. Okay, no means he cannot enjoy the water sport. So next fourth day means sky is sunny, air temperature is warm, humidity is high, wind is strong, water is cool, forecast is changed. Again on this day also he can enjoy the game. So after seeing this input example, what I can tell you is, so he Mr. Aldo can enjoy the game when the sky is sunny, air temperature is warm, and humidity may be normal or high. Okay, so as you can see in the first example, first input, the humidity is normal, and in the last example the humidity is high. So the only thing here is we are concentrating on the sky. When the sky is rainy, he cannot enjoy the game. When the sky is rainy and air temperature is cold, he cannot enjoy the game. Rest other day, if you can see this input, rest other day he can enjoy the game. Okay, only when the sky is rainy and air temperature is cold, he cannot enjoy the game. So this is from this particular concept we are learning, or we are reading this input for the particular concept of Aldo's water game. So next we can see the general notations over here. So as you know, already I have discussed about this notation. So it is a boolean valued function. So boolean valued means either we can get true or we can get false, or you can also write yes or no. So for yes the value is 1 plus 1, and for no the value is 0. So all these notations has been already explained in the previous slide. So this is about the values that we can take for sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water, and forecast. So possible values, as you can see, we have taken for sky we have 3 values: sunny, cloudy, rainy; air temperature warm and cold; humidity normal and high; wind again 2 values, strong and weak; water warm and cool; forecast same and change. So these are the values of attribute. So what is our hypothesis here is, each hypothesis is described by conjunction of constraint on the attribute. That means hypothesis is nothing but each of the input. Okay, each of this input is called as a hypothesis. So this is one hypothesis: sunny, warm, normal, strong, warm, same. This is one hypothesis. This is second hypothesis, and this is third hypothesis, and last one is fourth hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but the set of attribute values that you are providing as a input. That is called as a hypothesis. Okay, and then you know what is our target concept. Our target concept is whether Aldo can enjoy the sports or not, and from the target concept we are getting only 2 values. You know it is a boolean valued function. It is either 0 or 1. 0 means he cannot enjoy the game, 1 means he can enjoy the game, and we are providing the training example. In the table we have provided 4 training example. Out of that 3 are positive and 1 is negative. The third hypothesis is negative over here. Okay, the third hypothesis is negative. Okay, so this is about the concept learning with examples. Okay, so if you have any doubts over here, please write it in the comment box, or you can individually call me and ask your doubts. Thank you.